The world of aesthetics is bigger than ever, and lip fillers account for 80% of all procedures. It seems that everywhere we go, more and more businesses are offering Botox and dermal filler.
There's 4 or 5 aesthetics clinics in one street.
But on closer inspection, behind those plumped up, luscious lips is an issue much less aesthetically pleasing. The industry is currently unregulated, meaning anyone with little to no qualifications can inject our faces. A shocking 83% of complaints were treatments carried out by beauticians. Gemma George, a former nurse, opened her very own aesthetics business in Norfolk last year, and is a strong advocate for regulations in the industry to stop botched procedures.
If they're not going to make it a medic-only industry, what I want to see is them be tougher on non-medics. So maybe make it a diploma or a degree, make someone have to go through rigorous testing, university, OSCEs, anatomy and physiology tests, before they can inject people's faces. This be something quite cooling to your lips. I've done a 3-year degree in medicine and 1 year at college, so 4 years in total, to then train at Harley Street, and I still feel nervous every single day injecting. Whereas people who don't understand the risks and the complications and there's no accountability don't have the same anxiety.
Gemma was trained here at the Medical and Aesthetics Training Academy, where other medics come to start their ventures into the industry. With years of education and training behind them, it's not too much of a career jump. But for beauticians, there is a lot more to learn. The issue with filler in the lips are that complications can easily occur. This can be anything from swelling, bruising, asymmetrical lips, lumps and nodules, or filler injected into a blood vessel. Dr. Manav is an aesthetics doctor and trainer here on Harley Street, who knows all too well the risks involved.
There's a higher chance if you go to a non-medic because not knowing anatomy. So we have 2 very large arteries in the lips. If you put filler and it goes into that vessel, it will block it and stop the blood flow coming to that area. You can also put too much filler in one place and compress the artery, and that stops blood flow again to that area. If you're not getting the blood flow, you're not getting the oxygen, and then the tissue just starts to die, and that's what necrosis is.
I like that before as well.
Poppy Clark is a self-proclaimed filler addict, and in the past she has spent hundreds of pounds perfecting her face. But not too long ago, Poppy's lips were botched by a non-medic.
My previous lady, when I had my lips done, they were alright for like the first 3 days. And then they started going a bit lumpy, and then I just thought it was normal, so I just left them for like a week, and then I just knew they weren't right. Like when you looked in the mirror, you could see all the lumps in them, and like you could feel them all. They were hard, they were sore. Like I couldn't even pout, I couldn't even put my lips together like to drink water because they were that sore. So I went back to her, and she had to she had to grab all the lumps and drain all the blood out of them and pierce them and then squeeze all the filler out. So that was painful, yeah.
Sammy Pownall is a beautician who owns the Brow Bar in Galston and is currently in the middle of her training, soon to be offering Botox and filler to her clients. She believes that the industry should be regulated, but argues that most beauticians are as safe as medics. It's simply a minority who have given them a bad name.
I've just told you that I would have done exactly the same thing. I think you only see the bad things with stuff like that with most things these days. Everyone wants to show you the bad things when there's thousands and thousands of beauticians that are doing this safely every day, but no one wants to look at that. Whereas again, that is why there should be regulations, because these people, that it's a lot harder for us to get trained. Whereas if you had these regulations and got trained to a certain standard, maybe that wouldn't happen so much. But these people, because there's not regulations, are just going off and putting filler in people's faces when they're not trained to a proper standard. It's not safe, and that shouldn't be allowed.
This isn't about bashing non-medics. Some non-medics do their training in complications. They do their Hyalase training to dissolve. They do their EpiPen training for anaphylactic shock, and they practice really safely and they give beautiful results. So it's not about bashing non-medics, it's just making sure that they have the knowledge and the skills to be able to deal with the same complications a medic can.
The advice to anyone looking to have their lips done is to do your research. Check the qualifications of whoever is injecting you, ask if they have insurance, and to see pictures of their previous work. But most importantly, make sure they know what to do when things go wrong.